Okay, so what I'm going to be showing you today is how to locate items within your drive. So there's a bunch of different ways that you could do this. The most easy way to do this is to be able to click on the search bar up at the top. And if you start typing the name of a document, right, any part of that name that pops up will show up in the documents down below. All right, now if you wanted to, you could also click the search options. And you could search by the file type. So you could search maybe just for photos. If you don't know the name of the document, you could search for just PDFs or text documents or spreadsheets or forms or videos, all right within here. You could also search by the owner. You know that it was not owned by you. You could search all the documents in your drive not owned by you, anyone, or maybe a specific person. So say I know that T. Jennings shared something with me. I want to search all the documents that were shared by Tom Jennings. You could search anywhere in your drive. It'll look through every single thing in your drive trying to find it. You could look at just stored items or items in your trash. You could look at the last date that you modified it or a custom date range. You could enter in the item name. Keywords, like I know time was somewhere in there. Shared with me. You could look through your shared with me folder. And the follow-up options. Any suggestions only, action items only. And you could even click the learn more for little quick tips on accessing your files over here in the help column. All right, so that's a real basic way. You could also click on your recent item. Say you were just working on it, you closed it out, and you're like, oh man, I don't know where I left it. You can click on your recent items, and you'll see my last document that I was working on was my Kiker agenda. All right, so you could look through your recent items and it'll pop up. You could also look at the shared with me folder if you know that someone shared it with you. Your most recent documents, earlier this month, earlier this week, earlier this year, you could search that way as well. You could also look in your trash can. Sometimes we accidentally remove items and put them in the trash can. It's just a good place that if you're all else fails and you don't know where it could be, it could possibly be in your trash can. And say I'm back in my drive and I want to get a shareable link. I want to be able to post a document or a folder within a website or within another document. So for example, if I wanted to hyperlink in another document within a doc, or you wanted to copy a folder, I could come back to my drive and I could right click on a document or folder and hit get shareable link. What this does is it copied a link for you that you can now paste into a document and hyperlink it if you wanted to, just by simply clicking on the insert link and pasting in the link. So if you are going to hover over recent and I click on that, it'll take me to a link in my drive. Now, what you could also do is you could also convert documents. So say you have a PDF or you have a Word document or you have a JPEG or picture file and you want to convert it into a Google Doc so that way you could edit the information. Here's an example of a PDF that's down here. If I click on that document and then click on the three dots in the upper right-hand corner, I could hit Open With and Google Docs. And what it's doing right now is it's turning that PDF into a Google Doc. Now you'll notice that some of the images might be missing or some of the charts or graphs might be missing from the conversion. It's not going to work perfectly all the time, but at least you'll be able to edit the text. So you could take a picture of an essay and turn it into a Google Doc if you wanted to. Kind of a neat feature that's in there. And the last thing I want to show you is how to create a document right within your drive. You don't necessarily have to go to your Waffle and then go to Google Docs. If I wanted to, I could be in my drive and click New, and then create a Google Doc, or I could create a Google Sheet or Slides, or add a new folder. So say I wanted to create a Google Doc, I can click on it, and it will automatically create that document. Now, you could move that document wherever you want. Once you give it a name, I can move to by clicking on the folder and then select any folder that I have on my drive, or if I just wanted to drop it into my drive, I could move it there, create a new folder, drop it in that folder. All right, so if you're creating documents and then you forget where they are or how to locate them, you could simply just create the new document right within your drive and then drop it into a specific folder within your drive.